Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Aibovan. Vanakkam to all of you. I warmly welcome you all. I warmly welcome you all for today's webinar. I really want to say that this is a great pleasure to inform you that this meeting is our 6th conference about foreign job opportunities for Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha medical professionals. I think you might know about Aika. This is Asian Institute of Kerala Ayurveda. This is the first institute that offering Ayurveda and Ayurveda related guidance and training program for medical professionals like Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha doctors. And we are providing career guidance programs about job opportunities in local and abroad. In that respect, we already arranged 2 UK career guidance programs earlier. And also, we have been getting so many requests to do a webinar about legal procedure to go to UK. So, according to the respect and request, we have arranged a program about study, work, live in UK for Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha doctor. Today's program is moreover about admission requirements, visa preparation and documentation. And you all can get your advices from IATC qualified counselor, Mr. M. Moin, founder, CEO, MWay Study Abroad Consultants, IATC Certified Student Placement Counselor, CCA Certified Counselor for Canada, and counting 19 years of experience in student placement, advice to UK, Canada, Australia, United States of America, India, and Malaysia. I warmly welcome Mr. Moin to conduct today's meeting.
Thank you very much for the introduction and thank you for having me. I hope all can hear me. Actually, my camera is a bit blurred, so I'm just joining you by voice. Yeah, can you? Yeah, first of all, may I introduce you the UK student visa system. If you have any questions, you can drop me on the chat box and I will reply to you. UK is, as you know, is the world-class education provider. And we have a lot of historical connections with UK. And our system of education and UK British system of education is almost same. And when you come to the course selection, UK offers the wide range of course than any other countries. And the specialty about UK is, you know, unlike Canada and USA, you cannot join halfway through, but UK, the courses has been divided as foundation, international year one, pathway, direct options. So from any level of education, you can easily join. And English proficiency waiver. I mean, some of the countries, the IELTS is mandatory and you cannot join without IELTS, whereas in UK, if you have a transnational UK degree, if you have Cambridge O-levels C in English, you can still join without IELTS. So the waiver option is allowed by many of the universities in UK. And the bachelor programs are 3 years, unlike other countries which runs for 4 years. So you save 1 year on the bachelor's. And the master's is 1 year, unlike other countries where the postgraduate is 2 years. So you save 1 year altogether. From bachelor's and master's, you get to save 2 years when you study in UK. And wide range of scholarships are available in UK because we share a lot of values with the UK system because we were part of their colony. So there are a lot of scholarships offered. And recently they have introduced the post-study work visa, which entitle students to work for 2 years. And if the student is going for PhD, he can work for 3 years. And it has a wide, transnational degree market, and lifestyle is very adaptive to us. A sizable portion of Sri Lankan population is living in London and every other city in UK, so easily to get connected, and we have a direct flight every day. And moreover, we have a lot of connections, airfare wise and connection wise. Every day we have a lot of flights to connect. Now the airfares are increasing. So when it comes to Canada and USA, the airfares are going about $500,000 to $1 million rupees. So relatively, UK is much reasonable on that. Now, this is the entry clearance decisions issued by the Sri Lankan High Commission, British High Commission in Sri Lanka. You can see the trend from 2005 up to 2010, when the previous system was there in place. Nearly 10,000 visas, 7,000 visas has been refused with a 70% success rate. And after 2013, you see a decline in the visa applications and approvals. And if you take up 2019, 2020, you see 96 and 90% of the applications got approval, which is very good. And I'll share you the 2022 in my next presentation. You will see how the recent trend has been increased for the demand to UK higher education. This is how the intake works. For UK, you have January, February intake, then August, September intake. Now we are closing by August, September for now, and we will be targeting 2023 January, February intake for the next enrollments. So if you are applying for January intake, probably you have to start your applications by now. Your preparation has to happen by now because the demand is increasing as the universities has to close their admissions early as possible. So we have a very tight call on that. So it's better to apply early as possible. This is actually UK is one of the largest higher education exporter in the world. So this is all about it. If you can just see how Asia is doing. Here we have about 162,000 students having a UK degree or master's every year from Asia. Now, if you take up the highest number of transnational degrees has happened in or for the export market. China comes first, then Malaysia, then Singapore, then Pakistan, Nigeria. Sri Lanka stands at 6th. Excuse me, I hear some noise. Can you switch off your... Mind the screen sharing mode? Excuse me. Yeah, am I in the screen sharing mode? You can see my screen?
We can't see your screen.
Okay, I'll share it. Okay, now? Yeah. Uh, Now, for the undergraduate programs, the largest transnational provider is Malaysia. You see, a lot of UK universities have their franchise colleges and universities in Malaysia. And when it comes to post-graduation, masters, MBA program, Sri Lanka stands at #1, which gets up a strong tie for us with UK, because on the undergraduate program we stand at 7th, and the postgraduate we stand at 1st. So Sri Lanka is very important for UK. I'll skip this one. Now, with regards to UK, one good thing is we have about 50+ universities to represent, and we don't have to pay any application fee. So you can go up to 4 universities to get an offer without paying a single penny. Whereas if you're applying for USA, you have to pay $100 for each university. Even Canada, you have to pay 100. Australia and UK, of course, charge an enrollment fee. And you can get a conditional offer even if you don't have the academic requirement. And as I said in my previous slide, we have IELTS waivers, so you don't need to produce. Always, you don't have to have IELTS if you have requisite status. Some of the master programs provides a 1-year academic plus 1-year placement. If you pick this master's program, the good thing about it is you study for 1 year, you work on the placement for 1 year, then after 2 years, again, you will get another 2 years of post-study work visa. Eventually, you end up working for 3 years. So UK introduced the new freedom of movement between UK and the European Union will end in 2020 December. That means UK exited from the European Union. After that, only we have a lot of opportunities for our students. These are the key route in the points-based system: skilled worker, skill work, health and care. That is why you are here. I think most of you are interested in. And startup and innovator visa. If you have some innovative ideas, you can migrate to UK on a startup visa and build your business there. The global talent visa, which attracts some of the talents that UK requires, and child and child student visa, which is running very smoothly now. And UK also introduced in the last year summer the graduate route, which I think most of you are very much interested in. The graduate route will allow you to complete a degree or higher from higher education provider in UK, which should have a track record of compliance. Now, most of the universities have their track record of compliance, so you don't need to worry. You can stay up to 2 years after completion of your studies and find a job and work officially. And if you are completing PhD, which then you will get 3 years of work visa. And you can work at any skill level. It doesn't mean, whatever the qualification you have, you can find a job relevant to that qualification. You can switch to work routes. I mean, if the employer is satisfied with you and if you're offering you a PR, I mean, work visa, you can, from post-study work visa, you can convert it to a work visa. This is the new points-based student route, which requires you to score 70 points. In that, the maintenance and academic requirements has been changed in the sense it has been reduced, and the documentary evidence that you have to prove also reduced since 2001. The extended post-study leave period upon launch of graduate route is in summer 2021, which was last year. A student can apply for a permission to come to UK for 6 months in advance of their course. Earlier it was 3 months. Yeah. There is no time limit for the students studying in postgraduate level, which has been removed. Earlier, you have to attend to the university five days a week, and minimum 15 to 20 hours. Now it has been removed. Most of our students still working, taking up hybrid programs and working remote. I mean, studying remotely from home and attending just one day to the university. Students will be expected to progressing academically, which is very important. They have to prove their academic records before they go for the post-study work visa. If the eligibility requirements are okay, you don't need to leave the country. You can swap your visa inside the country itself. So you don't need to leave the country before you complete your post-study work visa. Higher education providers with track record of compliance can make an offer to study to the students degree level and above. And most of the universities are now under that category. Students have to score 70 points. In the next slide, I will explain you how. The previous TFO system and now the student visa system have not changed much in that sense. Sponsorship in the sense the university have to sponsor you. They have to provide you an admission, which is they call it sponsor. The English language ability, the sponsor has to assess and tell the student can study in English. The maintenance fund have to be shown, and the government is taking tough stance on universities. So the universities are vetting and the screening the students very thoroughly. If you have an unconditional offer from university, you can apply. There is no problem in that. You have to write a statement called SOP, statement of purpose. In that, you have to explain you are genuinely intending to study, and you have to meet the requirements that stated in the entry requirements. This is how the points-based system works. When you get a confirmation of enrollment from the university, you get 50 points for that. To get the 50 points, the CAS letter, the confirmation of acceptance has to come, and the course has to be listed under the required list. The provider, university or the college has to be an approved qualification requirement provider. They have to specify what level of course you're going to study and the place of study requirement you have to meet. The financial requirements, you have to show certain amount of funds. I'll explain you how much. For that, you get 10 points. The English language requirement, you will get 10 points. So altogether, they will add up to 70 points. If it is that fine, you will get the visa. Now, these are the student route condition requirements. English language requirement is there. Application fees is still there. Immigration skill charge is not applicable. Immigration help surcharge, which is kind of insurance you have to pay. You have to give your fingerprints, that is called biometric. Maintenance fund, the bank statements you have to show. There is no capping, any number of students can apply. Switching routes in country now, yes, available. Route to settlement, no, you have to be clear on that. Dependence can go if the student is applying for masters. You cannot access to public funds. Supplementary work, 20 hours per week you are allowed, and your dependents are allowed for 40 hours per week. This is the requirement for, the students, which is now I have more requests for dependents than the prime applicant, because most of the people, students wants to migrate with their families, their wife, children, or the husband, children, everybody. Now, if you are applying for a student dependent, the main student have to apply for a postgraduate level of course. If the student is going for undergraduate course, then the dependent cannot go. And the student, the main applicant, have to be more than 16 years old. If the student is under 18, they have to provide the parental consent. And they have to have a valid confirmation of acceptance from a university. They have to meet the English language requirements and all other things. Don't worry about the ATAs. We are not, it's not applicable to us. I'll skip this slide. I'll move these slides. Now, if you are going on the graduate route, I mean, this is the post-study work visa route. English language requirement is not required. After you're completing your master's, you don't need to show IELTS or English language requirement to apply for graduate route. You have to pay the application fee. You don't need to pay immigration health surcharge, but immigration health surcharge you have to pay. You have to provide biometrics. There is no maintenance requirement. When you apply for PSW, you can just straight away apply. You don't need to show your bank statements. There is no capping. Any number of applicants can go. You can switch to routes. Settlement is not available. Dependents also can apply with the graduates. You cannot access to public fund. You are allowed to work full time. These are the application fees. As you are coming under students, you have to pay £348. Now it has been increased a little. If you are applying for overseas dependents, I'll come to that. Now, according to the new requirement, you can apply within 6 months. Earlier it was 3 months. Now, if you are going for that, you can apply now. There is no restriction on that. And the funds has to be in your account for more than 28 days. So this is what we discussed. The eligibility requirement for student visa is 70 points. I'll come to the fund requirement, which is most of you are interested in, and that is the next slide, I guess. Yeah, here. If you are studying in London, you have to have £1,334 for each month up to 9 months, which is you can add up to 9 months. That's £12,000, and it has to meet the Oyanda exchange rate, which comes about 5.5 million. In addition to that, you have to show your course fees. If you have paid the university a certain amount, then you can deduct that from the course fees, and the balance amount also has to be in your account for 28 days. If you are studying outside London, then it will be £1,023. And again, you have to multiply that by 9 months, and you have to multiply that by today's exchange rate in the oyanda.com, and that amount has to be in your account for minimum of 28 days. Now, if you have paid the deposit to the university, and if the accommodation is arranged by the university, then you don't need to show the accommodation maintenance fund. You can skip that. If you have paid part of your course fees or full course fees, if you have paid the entire course fees, or if you're under scholarship, you don't need to show any funds. English language requirements, actually, most of the universities require you to have IELTS 5.5 and above for the degree, and IELTS 6.5 and above for masters. each band should not go for less than 6 for masters and less than 5 for degrees. So you have to be careful of that. If you have a transnational degree from UK conducted in Sri Lanka, let's say Wolverhampton University degree you have from BCAS, then most of the universities give IELTS waiver. You don't need to show IELTS. And if your O-level or A-level has been in Cambridge or Edexcel, you don't need IELTS. Most of the universities accept that. And few of the universities started accepting an online exam called Oyanda. Online exam. That also you can show, but not all the universities, but most of the universities will accept that. These are the eligibility requirement for a student. Now, if you are taking your wife or husband or child, then you have to have 845 pounds per month up to 9 months in addition to the fund that you have shown for yourself. If you are studying outside London, it will be 680 pounds a month into 9 months. So that's all about it. And I will share you another presentation on the present situation. Am I on the screen sharing mode? I just want to verify. Excuse me. Yeah, now US market is also getting open. It's a good time to apply because they were closed for last 2 years and now they have started issuing visas. And these are few of the Irish universities and colleges that we are representing. This is the thing I wanted to show you. Now you see this blue line is UK. Now the approvals has been very low in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. And 21, you see a surge which continues for 2022. And you see how many number of visas has been issued for this period. So, which is a very good trend indicator. Now see for Sri Lanka, for 2022, they have issued up to now until July, I think May, 861 applications, and there are 8 applications got refused, and 99% visas has been approved, which is very, very good for any country I have seen in my life. Now you see the Google trend in May and June, how it is going. And if you see there was a surge in June regarding Australia, but it is coming down and UK picking up. So it's very good time to apply. So applications are open for winter, and University of New South Wales has stopped releasing CAS letter for fall 2022. And there are process delay from some universities due to high demand. So you have to apply early as possible. And the visa processing time still 15 to 20 days, which is very good. And these are the universities that we can give you the offers with. We have partnered with them, and you can speak to your contacts in Aika for the help. And These are the application deadlines because for the January, February intake, you have to prepare yourself from September till November. When it comes to December with the Christmas break and all, we cannot process applications from December onwards. Okay, thank you very much. Now the floor is open for question. You can start firing your questions. You can speak in any language if you want to, I'm conversant with all 3 languages.
Dr. Vinusha here. Are there any age limit?
Age limit? No. I mean, if you are applying for the first degree, the best age is to apply before 27. If you are applying for masters, there is no age limit. As long as you can prove that you are a genuine student, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. You can type your questions in chat box if you don't want to show your voice.
I am Dr. Saranga.
Yes, doctor.
Can we do any masters or related with only a health field?
Any masters you can do. There is no restriction as long as you can connect the dots and show the visa officer why you are doing. Let's say you have a healthcare degree and you're going for an MBA. Then you have to show the credentials why you are connecting the dots with healthcare and business. That's it. You don't need, I mean, there is no restriction. Of course, for Canada, it implies, and for Australia, it implies, but to UK, you can apply for any degree.
One more question. How we do the university payment? Because now dollars and everything get a problem. We can't send the money and all those things.
Yeah.
So how we can do that?
Officially answer that question, what we have so far is HSBC Bank. If you do a deposit for 6 months, after 6 months, they are allowing you to make the payment. That's number 1. Number 2, some of the students, they have their relatives in overseas, so they will make their relatives to pay on behalf of them. So those 2 ways are working. And I think now the central bank governor issued a statement couple of months back to allow the banks to make the payment for the overseas students. Otherwise, they will route it through the wrong channels. So things are getting smoother now than before.
Okay, thank you.
Come.
I'm Dr. Mirfahan Azir.
Yes, ma'am.
Get a family visa with MBA course, or do we need to apply only for MSc?
It doesn't matter. I mean, if it suits you and if you want to change your career,
Yeah.
you have to do something called statement of purpose when you apply to the university, in which you have to explain the circumstances. Why are you changing your route? If that is credible, then that's fine.
Okay, I got UKVI IELTS academic 5.5 and I did my Oxford International. So I got C1 on that. So will it be issue for my visas?
If you're applying for masters,
Yes,
if you have C1, that's fine.
that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Our dependents are above, child above 18 years. So how we can take them? Means they have to apply separately as a student visa, or can we consider as a dependent?
Unfortunately, if they are above 18, they cannot join you as dependent. They have to apply as a separate applicant who is going to study as a student.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I have passed out from the university 2018. In our university, we have no any GPA,
Okay.
just only annual exams and results. I think most of the universities ask GPA level.
Yeah,
Is
above
it a
50.
problem?
Yeah. Now, how the university provides you the gradings?
Grade, they provide A, B, C like that grading system.
Okay, then that's fine. I mean, you have to work out the GPA. Now, if the university is providing A, it will be the midpoint between 75 and 100. And if they are giving you B, you have to take the midpoints. And some of the universities calculate the midpoint and work out the GPA. You have to explain that to them, then they will give you the offer.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And excuse me, and one more thing.
Please.
Is it okay because we are BMS doctors? Can we apply for nursing masters in UK? Because I think in Australia or Canada they allow it, but I don't know in UK.
So if the education provider in UK have a mapping agreement. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. If they have a mapping agreement with any international body, which is recognized by the UK universities, then you have to give that information to the university, then they will consider. Let's say your qualification is validated by one of the international body which is recognized by UK, then you can show that.
Okay.
Did you get?
Okay.
Did you
Yes,
get it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Another one.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
After finishing our MSc or in type of graduation, is there any pathway to take permanent residency there?
This question is very tricky. At the moment, there is no pathway to PR. All you have is post-study work visa, and if you can convince the employer, you can permanently stay on work visa. But in future, we are expecting some the reintroduction of highly skilled migration program, which is abolished in 2011. So after Brexit, they're supposed to introduce it, and due to COVID and all these, problems, they could not introduce that. So it might come again, then it shouldn't be a problem. But at the moment, I can give you a promise.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
How we apply MSc in is it directly online or you are doing
We can
agency
help
part?
you with the application. You can contact one of the Aika member and submit your documents. They will help you with the admission. For the admission, you have to submit your passport copy, CV, 2 references and all your education transcripts. If it is not in English, you have to take it in English.
I applied to Master of Public Health in South Wales in this time, but at that moment they said September 2022 September intake is cancelled because of current situation in Sri Lanka.
University of South Wales, they have the largest number of Sri Lankan students. So it got a bit highlighted because most of the students couldn't pay the fees after. So they have stopped issuing cash letter for Sri Lanka. But you can try other universities. I have shown a list of universities. If you want, we can help you with universities. Yes.
After this session, someone guide for us.
Sorry.
After this session, if I want to apply, someone guide to us for.
I think I will request them to share their email ID. Then you can contact them.
Excuse me, Dr. Samreem, please can mute your mic.
Can you please mute your mics?
I think I have answered most of the questions. Is there any more questions for me?
Hi, can you send the course listers which is related to health for the UK?
Yeah, I will share that information to Aika. They will post it to you. You can share your email ID on the chat box for that.
ඇයි ඔයාලට වහන්න ඕනේද?
Excuse me, I have completed my postgraduate in English medium, University of Colombo. Should I, if I apply for MSc in UK, should I do IELTS again?
Colombo University is fine.
Okay,
They
then
have to provide a letter saying that you completed the program in third program was in English, then that's fine.
okay, no need of IELTS.
Not all the universities, but few universities except Colombo University and University of Peradeniya.
Okay, okay, thank you very much.
What are the procedures to take children below 16?
Yeah, it's normal as you are taking your wife, you have to show funds. I showed you how much fund you have to show. I think it's if you are studying in London, it's 830 pounds into 9 months. And if you are studying outside London, it's 620 into 9 months. And that fund has to be in the account for 28 days. Other than that, it's just the making after taking your visa. It's just a matter of making the application for dependents. Dependents also have to pay the visa fees, which is 348 pounds, plus immigration health surcharge 670 pounds. So those are the costs involved. Your child have to provide the passport, photograph, birth certificate to prove that you are the parent, and their education, I mean school letter, that's it. Are you okay?
Okay, thank you.
If you want to ask question in Sinhala or Tamil, you can ask.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Does Aika charge any fees for the documentation process?
I think Aika has to reply for that because I'm not sure. But normally there will be nominal fees for application process.
Okay. Can we get any contact number from Aika?
Yeah, I will share the number.
Okay. Can we do occupational therapy as a MSc?
If the university is providing, yes. Occupational therapy, yeah. I think it's one of the demanding field in UK because
Yes, sir. That's why I asked. I search. There are so many job opportunities for that. No?
exactly.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Which is the best route to apply, the care worker visa or student route?
Care worker visa, if you have a sponsor, yes, it's the easiest. If not, the student visa.
Okay, do we need IELTS general or academic is?
If you're applying for care worker, IS general, and you don't need to, if you have B1, that's enough. It's actually, you have to show the listening and speaking has to be above 5. If you are
Okay.
going on a student and what is the program you're looking at, undergraduate or postgraduate?
Postgraduate.
Postgraduate means you have to have IELTS 6.5.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Any more questions or shall we wind up?
If there are any questions, you can ask doctors. This is a great opportunity to you all. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Moin. You have done a great job and you have delivered a wonderful presentation also. I think most of the doctors got a clear idea. So thank you so much. Thanks again.
Okay, thanks for participating and your patience. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you very much. Good night.
Yeah, Mr. Doctor, can we have another Zoom meeting if you don't mind?
Yeah, can.
On which topic? You want a Zoom meeting about this UK legal procedures?
Yeah, okay, leadership. Again, if doctor has time.
We'll have a plan on it. We'll make an arrangement.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Have any, if you want to know any details about it, please contact the admin number. We will give you, and we are ready to guide you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Once again, thank you.
Welcome. Take care of yourself and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you very much.